This video covers the submission policy for all courses in the English department. All deadlines are set for 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. If you live in a different time zone, please be sure to plan accordingly. For instance, if you live in the Pacific time zone, assignments will actually be due at 8:59 p.m. local time. While it may seem that you have less time to complete an assignment, please note that since the assignments open at 12 a.m. Eastern Time, you actually have access to them 9 p.m. local time the day before. All students, regardless of time zone, have exactly the same number of hours to complete activities. You may submit work at any time after the assignment opens. Once you are about 2 hours before the deadline, FSO and Turnitin may start to get bogged down and there could be delays with your submission. Try to get work in before this danger point. The sooner you submit your work, the sooner you will receive feedback as we grade in the order in which work is received. Once the deadline has passed, your instructor may accept late submissions with a 10-point per day deadline for 3 calendar days. There is also a 5-point penalty to professionalism per deadline. Once you have moved beyond 72 hours, you will need to contact your instructor to see what to do. They may still be able to offer feedback, but they will not give you a grade past the 3 calendar days without a documented emergency. If you have to submit work to an outside source such as McGraw-Hill Connect or Turnitin.com, as long as you have turned the work in where it is supposed to go by the deadline, you will not lose points if you forget to mark them complete on FSO. Your grade may appear as a 0 until your instructor can manually update that grade. You have 3 graded activities in your textbook which must be accessed through the McGraw-Hill Connect. When you log into your instructor section for this term, it should look something like this. Check the top left-hand corner to see the term you're signed up for. Under that, you should see your instructor's name. It is important that you check both of these things, especially if you have taken English composition before at Full Sail, so that you are doing work in a section that your instructor is able to access. If you are having trouble accessing the current section, try logging out of all open windows of McGraw-Hill Connect and re-logging in through the link provided by your instructor. If you find yourself having technical difficulties, contact FSO support and have them copy your instructor on the ticket. Then contact your instructor. Be sure to describe in detail the problems you're having and what you've tried to resolve it. This will help us help you. The list in the middle is a set of tasks you'll need to complete throughout the course of the month. These tasks total 15% of your overall grade, or 5% for each task. You'll notice all of the LearnSmart modules for the month are together in this one folder. There is one Achieve module for each of the weeks 1, 2, and 4 of the class. There is no Achieve module for the third week. If you go back to the main menu, you'll see the weekly SmartBook readings nestled by week. When you click on the menu, it will open up the readings for that week. When you successfully register for Turnitin.com, your dashboard should look something like this. When you submit work, please note that there are multiple steps in the process. After you click Upload, you will get a single file upload menu. Be sure to title the file appropriately and make sure you are uploading a doc or a docx from your computer. You'll be asked to wait a few moments for the file to upload. This usually takes less than the 2 minutes that Turnitin states it could take. When you get to this page, please note that you aren't done yet. You must make sure that this is the file you want to submit. If you look at the screen on the right-hand side, you will see the opening page for the document. If this looks like the correct document that you want to submit, click Confirm. After you've clicked Confirm, you will get a congratulatory box across the top of your screen. Please note that if you do not get this box, you did not submit. You will also receive a digital receipt to the email you used to sign up for Turnitin.com. If you do not get these things, your submission was not completed. Instructors grade work in the order that it is submitted, but it may take up to 4 business days for you to receive your grade and feedback. We appreciate your patience in this matter. Please be sure to check your feedback before submitting the next assignment. The comments given to you by your instructor are tips for how to earn an A on the next assignment. You may request additional feedback from your instructor if you need to ask for clarification on comments or grade distribution, or if you would like to redo an assignment for additional feedback. Please note that you will not earn a new grade unless your instructor indicates otherwise. We will respond to these inquiries after we have graded all the submissions from your classmates in the queue. If you desire additional feedback, you may request an appointment with a writing center. Please keep in mind that not only can they give you additional feedback, they can also help you move towards the next written assignment in the course. Appointments do fill up quickly in some weeks, so request an appointment early in the week if you think you might want to meet with a writing center consultant, and please keep that appointment. If you have attempted this course before, you may be able to reuse some of your old work. In order to do so, in the first journal assignment, you must include all of your previous submissions, screenshots or downloads of previous instructor comments, which you can access through Turnitin.com. If you go to Turnitin.com, you will see a little menu. If you click on that, you will see at the bottom right-hand corner a little download button. You want to make sure you're downloading the current view. You may not reuse your work if you cannot provide the previous submissions, screenshots, or downloads of instructor comments, as well as an active link to the ad you used. The active link is really important because if you need to go back to that ad, you need to make sure that it's available. Occasionally an ad might become unavailable, and in that case you cannot reuse it because you can't go back to it in order to reanalyze it. You may not reuse your old work if you cannot meet all 3 of those criteria. If you meet the criteria, you must revise, not just edit, your previous submissions based on feedback provided by your previous instructor before submitting the work to your new instructor. Please keep in mind that you must be aware of the similarity index on Turnitin.com. You should have less than a 70% match for step 1, preparing to write, less than a 70% match for step 2, organizing your research, less than a 50% match for step 3, composing with care, and less than a 50% match for the final revision. Failure to follow these guidelines for resubmitting old work may result in a Level 3 violation of academic integrity. As you can see from the screen capture of the Academic Honesty Severity OOPS matrix, the first 2 bullets under Level 3 are submitting work turned in for a different course without prior approval from the instructor for this course, and reusing old work from a previous attempt at this course without meeting the requirement to apply the previous instructor's feedback. Failure to meet the guidelines would result in a 0 for professionalism and a 0 for the assignment, which would make it very difficult to pass the course. Thank you for watching the video and have a great day.